Next tonight, the clock is ticking for the governor to sign or veto a number of bills on her desk by the end of the year. But she did act on a number of proposals ahead of yesterday's holiday, including the Grieving Families Act, which she has now vetoed for a third time. That act, we would have told you about this, it would change how wrongful death damages are awarded and include compensation for things like emotional suffering. But it is a controversial proposal with a mix of supporters and critics. As 7 News is a voice for everyone tonight, 7 News reporter Krista Morand is amplifying voices from both sides of this issue. You're going to hear from a grieving grandmother who's an advocate for this bill and an attorney, plus perspective from local healthcare companies and the governor.
Raylan Huber was just 2 years old in 2022 when a car crash ended her life. A driver went through a stop sign in Niagara County, colliding with a car driven by her mother.
And my daughter called me basically from the scene of the accident. And that's a phone call I hope that no one else ever has to get. And the most tragic part about it, I believe, is that it was completely avoidable.
Bernadette Smith is Raylan's grandmother. I spoke to her on what would have been Raylan's 5th birthday.
Loving, hugs, would sing, dance, smile, just seriously one of the sweetest little girls you would ever meet.
Since her death, Smith has been advocating for the Grieving Families Act. It would update the state's nearly 180-year-old wrongful death statute, allowing families to sue for emotional damages.
So there's no consideration whatsoever in New York State for grief, for anguish, for trauma.
But Governor Kathy Hochul recently vetoed that bill for the third time.
As a family, we just feel like she continuously just kicks us in the stomach. It's cruel on her part.
Hochul said while the act is well-intentioned, these changes would likely have resulted in higher costs to patients and consumers, as well as other unintended consequences. And in a joint statement, ECMC, Kaleida Health, and Catholic Health applauded Hochul for her decision, saying this would have increased premiums significantly.
She chose to side with the insurance industry, big corporations.
Attorney John Elmore says the same concerns about insurance costs the governor is citing are similar to those when there was a push to pass Laverne's Law, which gave cancer patients a delayed diagnosis a better chance to fight medical malpractice.
Laverne's Law was passed in 2017, despite the insurance industry's projections that the insurance for malpractice cases would go up 15%, the claims would go up tremendously. The number of claims have gone down and the policies have not gone up.
And we just really hope that the governor, maybe she could actually think, what would she do if this was her granddaughter?
And Hochul says she remains open to working with lawmakers to find solutions that support impacted families. Meantime, lawmakers head back to Albany next month. In Buffalo, Krista Moran, 7 News.